Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about orthodontic anchorage, specifically lingual arches. I have a couple other pieces of content that I want you to watch before you watch this one, because this is a more advanced one. So I'm going to give you the keywords. First keyword is going to be orthodontic anchorage. I would love for you to watch that video. There's one called orthodontic anchorage, headgear, TADs, elastics, LLHA, stuff like that. Watch that one. It's from 2021. There's another anchorage one about LLHA, modified, just put in the keyword LLHA, modified lingual arches with LLHA. So those are really, and I have other ones on Nance's, which is about upper, but I'm going to specifically talk about LLHAs here for orthodontic anchorage. So what happens, if the kid's kind of young? Let's go over this scenario. I know this is not the best anatomical reference here. I had to hire someone to draw this for me, this scenario, because I did not have an exact x-ray I could show you. But let's say, for example, this baby molar had to come out due to decay or whatever reason. The question is, well, do we need to put anchorage on? And the answer is, well, do you want this tooth to tip? Because it really depends on if the tooth underneath it, assuming it has one, if it doesn't have one, well, of course you got to put one on because this tooth will tip, or the tooth above it will extrude, or both. But if this is less than 2/3 developed, when you pull this out, it's going to slow down the development of this. If it's more than 1/2 to 2/3, it'll speed it up. So we're clearly only at 30, 20%, 25% development here in terms of root development, less than half. So this is going to slow things down, which is going to delay the eruption, so which is going to make this tip. If you want this to tip, then don't put in an LHA, but I don't think you want this to tip or this tooth to come down. So of course you need an LLHA. Now, like I said, if it's 2/3 developed, probably don't, unless the angle's malocclusion is already a little bit class 3, then definitely you'd want to put one in, right? So it really comes down to what is the occlusion and the malocclusion of the patient? What are you trying to prevent? What's going to happen? How's the occlusion? Is this tooth going to even super erupt, or is it going to bounce on something on the bottom? Is this tooth going to tip? Do we want this tooth to tip? If the tooth was tipped back, maybe we want it to tip. So that is why, and this is just an example that I could show of what happens when someone takes out a tooth and doesn't put in an LHA. And that's what happens. It tips. And once it tips and the wisdom tooth falls on the back of it, sometimes we can't upright it without taking out the wisdom tooth first. So that's why it's better to get things uprighted before the wisdom tooth comes in. All right, thanks so much.